Hey there, it's Evangeline right here at eTrailer. Today we have one of the Inno Roof Racks for your 2022 Toyota 4Runner. If a friend was looking for something that had great quality, everything included and was easy to install, but they didn't want to pay premium price for a premium brand name, I would always recommend one of the Inno Roof Racks. This specific one is going to be a bit on the shorter side if you're looking for a more sleek look. So let's take some measurements and see how this fits on the 4Runner, and I'll also show you how to get it all installed. These are going to be the 51-inch bars. Another option for you is going to be the 53-inch bars. I'll give you a couple more inches on each side. With this, you're going to have a little bit of overhang, and what that means is if you measure from the tower to right before the end cap, this is going to give you about 2 inches of space. So just enough for a little clamp to go around, or you can utilize the top channel and channel mount things all the way up to before the end cap. This is going to be a good balance of sleek, but also something that you could use to carry all kinds of things. Next measurements are going to be roof clearances, and let's compare this to the factory roof rack on your 4Runner. See this track over here? That's where your factory crossbars go. We switched those out because those sit too close to the roof and you really can't carry a lot of things with that. So taking a measurement for the difference, if you measure from the top of the 4Runner to the bottom of the crossbar, you have about 3 inches and 1/8 of an inch, maybe 1/4 of an inch depending where you measure. That's very good clearance for most types of accessories. Whether you have clamps or even sometimes U-bolts with wing nuts, you're going to have space for them. The next measurement though is going to be the height this adds to the top of the roof. So top of the roof to top of the crossbar is around 4¼ inches. That's where your cargo sits. So imagine you're carrying around some skis with extra tall bindings. You make sure that you clear the roof with those bindings so you're not scratching it up. And if you find you don't have enough clearance, you can purchase accessories right here at eTrailer that will give you that extra height. These are the Aero bars. So like a lot of the other brands is Aero bars, you have it where it's taller up front, tapered towards the end to help guide the wind over, less wind drag and wind noise this way. You also have a top channel where when you do attach your channel mounted accessories, you really just slide them in over that strip and you don't have to cut anything up. Now, what's holding these crossbars up are going to be your towers. These are going to be the through feet. I like this design because you have a strap that goes around your raised rail. Plus, the towers have locks included with the rack. A lot of other brands have you purchase the locks separately, and that way everything can be keyed alike. So when you open up the tower, you can get a closer look at how it is a tool-free tower, and you have this thick strap that fits nicely around. So versus a clamp that just goes on each side, this gives you all around stability. And then it all just looks sleek. And a final thing is just a personal note. I actually purchased for myself some Inno crossbars mainly for that end cap. I like that sleek design at the end. So if you have any silver accents on your 4Runner, this will work nicely with it. For crossbar spread, since you have raised rails, technically you can put your crossbars anywhere you want on the rails. Now we follow the factory roof rack positioning where if you measure from the front of one crossbar to the other, that's going to be 27 inches apart. And that's pretty versatile for most types of applications. You'll just have to double check usually it's your roof box or your roof basket where they require very specific crossbar spread. Now if you needed to extend it even further out, your maximum distance is going to be up to 36 inches, which since the 4Runner has a shorter roof rail, that's something that may limit you. Another thing that may limit you is your actual roof rail weight capacity. On top, you're going to see a sticker, maximum load of 132 pounds, evenly distributed. So while your Inno Roof Rack has a pretty decent weight capacity, you really won't be able to fully utilize that weight capacity because you are limited by your vehicle's roof weight capacity. If you're curious about how they get installed, let's go take a look at that. We'll start underneath the crossbar with this track. Now this track slides around We're gonna push it all the way to the inside. There's this little button here that we're gonna press and slide till it's completely open. Now, this is gonna line up with the tabs on our roof rack. So notice how the handle is facing out. We're gonna fit this tower over our crossbar and slide it out. Just like that, it's engaged. Now you're gonna bring your whole crossbar system up and onto your roof. This is with your 2 towers set up and with the straps loose. Now this is a lot easier with a second person, however, totally doable by yourself. You're just gonna get your tower into the general area of where you need it. Measurements you're gonna wanna take is first tower to somewhere on the 4Runner. That's gonna be the same on both sides. Next measurement is from the tower to the end of the crossbar. And if that's the same on both sides, you then secure your spot by getting the strap. This goes up and into the hooks on your tower. And then you tighten it down with this lever. You're gonna tighten these down until you feel a good amount of resistance on that knob. You're also just gonna visually check that the strap is tight against your rails. And then you're gonna finish it off by putting the end cap on. This just slides onto that tower. And then you are gonna have included keys. So make sure to turn that so the cap does not fall off. Once all 4 end caps are secured, make sure to put 1 key potentially somewhere in your vehicle like your glove box, and a lot of people put the other key on their key ring. Whenever you do need to take this off, you just take off those end caps and undo those knobs, and then you can remove your roof rack super quickly. You can also adjust your crossbars forward or backwards depending on what you're carrying around. This is the recommended spot by Toyota, but with the raised rails, this is gonna be very versatile for you. So that right there was how you installed your Inno Roof Rack. This right here was a look at the Inno Roof Rack system with the 51-inch Aero Crossbars and the Inno 3 feet for raised rails. All seen here on our 2022 Toyota 4Runner.